Welcome to the call. My name is Marian Solis, and today I'm very excited to be talking to Laura Reese. Laura is well known for her ebook, I'm a New Single Mom, Now What? And her online CD, Single Parent Advice, Single Parents' Most Pressing Questions Answered. And she also has an amazing audio report called Making Ends Meet. Welcome to the call, Laura. Is there anything else you would like to add?
Yes, Marian, thank you. I'm glad to be here, and I want to tell our listeners that I have a Better Balance live seminar that is for single parents who are overwhelmed and overscheduled and underperforming and like to get out of burnout mode.
I think that's definitely something that a lot of single parents can use.
Yeah.
Awesome. So tell me first, what's the key to your success, Laura?
Well, when my children were young, their dad and I split up, and I didn't want that to affect them negatively. So I did a lot of reading and research and trying to find out ways that being a single parent would not negatively impact the lives that they had or the life that I had. So I attribute just the willingness and the intention of going out and getting information.
Awesome. And there's so many questions that even parents who are married have when it comes to their toddlers. So today we have specific questions from parents that are about toddlers, and since you're such a well-rounded person, I know you can tell us all the answers about this. The first question that we got here is, when do you move your child to a toddler bed?
Well, the first thing that you want to focus on is the child ready. If the child is trying to crawl out of the bed, then for safety's sake, you're going to want to start transitioning the child into a toddler bed. Sometimes you may have to move the child sooner if you have a new sibling coming and need to have the crib. One of the things that you can do to help your child transition from the crib to the toddler bed is to have your toddler help with the transition. So take him shopping and pick out sheets and get the bed ready for him to use, and then maybe start having him take his naps in the bed and still use the crib. So you don't have to go cold turkey. You can kind of let him try it out, get back to the crib at night, and then as he gets more comfortable sleeping on the toddler bed, then you can do that full time.
Awesome. Thank you. The next question we got is, my child is having pain and fever with teething. What do I do?
Well, the first thing to know is there is infant medicines like infant Tylenol that has been generated to be safe for infants who are and even toddlers. That way, if you need to give him a couple of doses during the day because of the pain of the teething, then you'll know that you're safe in giving him that medication. Also, some people will freeze wash rags, and that may not work very well. I had some success with freezing teething rings or just sticking them in the fridge so that they were cold, and then popsicles helped soothe the pain of the teething. Also, you might ask your local pharmacist if they have any teething tablets. Those are natural, and they help as well.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, the next question from our listeners is, my toddler is getting into everything. How do I keep her away from things that are off limits?
Well, first of all, tell her no. I know they hear that a lot, but you want to start setting the boundaries, and then remove the thing from her reach. So that reduces the temptation. Then have some things that are handy that you can substitute that she can play with, because being able to explore the world is very important for a toddler, because they're learning about all these different things, and how they do that is by touching, tasting, dropping. That's how they're figuring out how the world works. Mm-hmm. So you don't want to completely remove everything from them, just the things that they're not allowed to touch. You can also create a bag of goodies and things that they can play with when you're away from home, so that way if you're at someone else's house, that you don't have to worry about your toddler getting into something away from home. You can say, okay, here's the things in the bag that you can play with, and then have those things different than what's at home, so that the toddler is busy being interested in what's in the bag and not what's in your friend or neighbor's house.
That's a very good idea. I actually haven't never heard that. It's a great idea. I'm going to use that with my toddler.
Okay, great. Let me know how it goes.
I will. I already know it's going to help to work. Okay. The last question for today is: my toddler is biting and hitting. How do I get him to stop?
Yes, that a lot of parents have to deal with, and sometimes the hitting or the biting is a result of being frustrated over not being able to communicate well, and so they get frustrated and lash out. So it's good to say no biting to reinforce the behavior. That's not proper behavior. But then you can start filling in the words that your child may not have. So you could say something like, I know you wanted a toy, but Johnny is playing with it right now. And it makes you mad that you have to take a turn. But if you wait, Johnny will finish playing with the toy and you can play with it. Mm-hmm. But here's a toy that you can play with now. And then this helps your child increase his vocabulary. You can also talk about things that you're doing as you're doing them. For example, if you're driving to daycare, you can say, we're going to your daycare so Mommy can go to work. Let's look out the window and what do you see? I see, and then you just start talking about the different things that you're seeing. And then that starts giving them the words, and so they'll start being able to communicate better, and that'll help. So you're reinforcing the no biting by explaining that that's not good. You help them with what they're dealing with, maybe distract them a little bit, and help them with their vocabulary so that they're better able to articulate what's going on with them.
Good. Well, I know you have answered many questions on you have a great website, and it's a wonderful resource for parents. And the website is singleparentpurpose.com/toddler. I know you have answered many more questions like these on that website, and it's for our listeners, it's a wonderful resource. So I would highly suggest you go there. It's www.singleparentpurpose.com/toddler. Laura, thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to talk to you and for answering these questions. And
well, thank you, Marian.
And is there anything else you would like to say to our listeners today?
I just want to thank you for the opportunity to be with you today. And if you want more information, go to www.singleparentpurpose.com/toddler.
Okay.
And thank you, Marian.
Thank you, Laura. Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.